This is Mabel, and welcome to Thrive at the Top, where we explore how leadership, human performance, and operational systems intersect in high-pressure environments. And in this series, we are examining crisis in aviation, not from incidents, but from a systems and governance perspective. And today, we are talking about one of the most normalized and most dangerous risks in the industry: fatigue. Not as a tiredness, not as a well-being issue, but we're talking about as a system-level failure that directly impacts safety, performance, and decision-making. So fatigue is not new in aviation. What's new is how normalized it has become. Extended duty periods, irregular rosters, time zone shifts, operational pressure, staff shortages. And across many organizations, fatigue is still treated as part of the job, something individuals should manage, or a resilience issue. But let's be clear, fatigue is not a resilience problem. It is a design problem. Fatigue doesn't just make people tired. It affects cognitive processing, reaction time, decision-making, communication clarity, situational awareness. And at high levels, fatigue impairment can mirror alcohol impairment. And yet, we would never allow someone to operate under the influence. But we routinely allow people to operate under fatigue. Why? Because it's invisible. It's also gradual, and because it's been normalized. Here's the core issue. Fatigue is being managed at the individual level when it should be governed at system level. Right now, leadership assumes rosters are compliant, therefore safe. Rest periods are scheduled, therefore sufficient. Policies exist, therefore risk is managed. But compliance is not protection. You can have a compliance system that is still unsafe because fatigue is influenced by commute time, sleep quality, operational variability, psychological stress, disruption frequency. And most of this sits outside traditional monitoring systems. At board and executive level, fatigue is rarely discussed as a strategic risk, a performance limiter, or a decision integrity issue. Instead, it sits under safety, incident reviews, HR, or well-being conversations. And that's the gap. Fatigue is not a line item. It is a cross-system risk. Without governance, it accumulates suddenly. It shows up late. And when it does, it's already critical. This is where the safe pillars becomes operational. Let's go deeper into it. S for self-awareness. Do your people recognize cognitive fatigue, decision impairment, or early warning signs? Or are they pushing through until failure? Let's talk about A, accountability. Who owns fatigue risk? Is it the individual, the supervisor, or is it governed at leadership level? If ownership is unclear, risk is unmanaged. Let's talk about F, foundations. This is the critical layer. Do you have dynamic fatigue risk systems? Real-time monitoring of workload and disruption? Do you have structures that adapt, not just comply? Or are you relying on static policies in dynamic environments? And lastly, E, empowerment. Can someone say, I am not fit to operate today, and be supported? Or do they fear reputational impact, loss of income, career consequences? Because if they do, your system is suppressing risk, not managing it. Leaders who manage fatigue effectively treat it as operational risk, not as a personal weakness. Secondly, leaders who treat operational risk design systems around human limits, not just operational demand. And these leaders, they monitor performance, not just compliance. Thirdly, they monitor performance, not just compliance. Why? Because safe systems are adaptive, not static. What I want you to get most from this conversation is that fatigue doesn't suddenly appear. It builds across shifts, across decisions, and across systems. And by the time it becomes visible, it's already compromised performance. So if you're leading in aviation, resources, or any high-pressure environment, this is your moment to reassess. We support organizations in embedding fatigue risk governance frameworks, cognitive load management systems, decision integrity conditioning, and human performance risk oversight at leadership level. Book your workplace and safety resilience consultation, because fatigue doesn't just reduce performance, it redefines risk. This is Mabel. Until next time, lead well, live well, and don't just survive at the top, thrive.